So persons are saying, why won't Mazi Simon Ekpa communicate directly to Ngozi Orabueze? Being that she was once the chief of staff to the prime minister. But you fail to recall that in most recent time that Mazi Simon Ekpa, through her legal counsel or attorney, dissociated himself from Ngozi Orabueze. So if Mazi Simon Ekpa had dissociated himself from Ngozi Orabueze, of what need is it to communicate to her? That implies she is no longer the chief of staff to Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is simple and short. Why are people finding it difficult to understand this? They continue to wallow in their deception, ignorance. Well, ignorance, they say, is never excuse. It is very clear. I have heard Ngozi Orabueze in one of her broadcasts saying that Simon Ekpa is alive. If he chooses to communicate to him, he would have done that rather than going through the attorney. Yes, it is within his rights and choice to decide whosoever he may want to speak with at this time. Some persons never knew or think perhaps that Simon Ekpa is not aware of whatever is playing out. He's watching them, he's observing everyone speaking, the way they are conducting themselves, and the rest of them think he's not watching. Some persons say, Mazi Simon Ekpa may have been wrongly communicated. Of course, what is playing out, he is seeing that. The fact he was restricted from social media does not mean he could not have access to them. He was restricted does not mean he cannot watch what is playing out. But he was restricted to, of course, carrying out programs pending on the determination of the investigation or whatever they are looking for. People never knew that Simon Ekpa is watching and observing all these things. So you can't tell him otherwise. He understood what is playing out, unlike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is being stripped of all the gadgets and access to internet and his people. Finland is not like that. It's not the same case with Mazi Nnamdi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa follows what is playing out. In fact, that was a sabbatical leave for him to have some realizations and observe who is who. Even those who claim they are, of course, as the Bible said, those who are calling me Father, Father, but their heart is far from me. They are surrounding me, singing my praises, but they never knew. Of course, they were not with him. And this offers him an opportunity, ample opportunity to get to understand, to study people, and to study their character and conduct. That would be a very shocking revelation and lesson for him. You see, when there is shakings and the waves and the winds are blowing across, you will know, as my people say, when the wind blows, the false buttocks will be unveiled. You get to know how it looks like. So it is a clear indication that it is over for Ngozi Orabueze. She is no longer the chief of staff to the Biafran prime minister. That is a clear indication, a clear signal. And she should, if she so desire, should fall back as ordinary member or ordinary follower or whatever. That is just the position. You understand what is playing out now? That those who decided to betray the cause or form a parallel government disparaged the lobbies, the attorneys, the council to the Biafran Republic government is in exile, and Mazi Simon Ekpa council, of course, disregarding and disrespecting his leadership and others, should not be considered as part of the legitimate government. That is just the case. The president said, well, how do you know that it's Mazi Simon Ekpa? Why can't you understand? Why can't people make use of their common senses and instincts? it is quite glaring and very clear. But when he had been sending this message down to, of course, the public and to Ngozi Orabueze, he never believed. He said that these are who is the attorney and the rest of them. When even he accepted part of the message from the attorney, he decided to truly choose the one he will obey, you know. But it is becoming more glaring and very clear today that the position of Mazi Simon Ekpa is well defined. For her to have put a call to Adadiora means Ngozi Orabueze is no more to be found. Of course, and is no more part. Of course, she has made it very clear that she cannot be part of the Biafran Republic government in exile. She claims that it is done and dusted and she's not going back. You can imagine that. Now, who are you working with? Eventually, it must sink within you clearly that it was just a red privilege given to you to be part of the Biafran cabinet. You never even deserved it, honestly. So you can't come in and be thinking or doing otherwise. You must fall back and align yourself with the same structure that brought you, that gave you a privilege to have served in such capacity for some months. And you think you can hijack it, and eventually information, of course, before the public somehow believes that there was a loggerhead between the chief of staff and the prime minister, to the extent that she threatened the prime minister that she is going to show him who she was or what she can do. And eventually she did it. Of course, Simon Ekpa was stepped aside and was summoned for whatever reason. But then he's proven his case beyond reasonable doubt, and he has got to understand the lesson of you must be careful who you put your trust or repose certain confidentialities to, because they could definitely use it against you. You never know who is who, except you think deeply and engage your senses, your more than six senses. Let your spirit inspire you. Speak to you. Not be this person is carrying bag of money and you will invite you. You don't know you are inviting, of course, the bee that will sting you. As my people do say, not all that glitters is not gold. So you have to find out who and what are they coming with and the intentions. But all the time we define certain intentions. As humans, you might not know everything, but then in time, everything, no matter how secret, done in secrecy, will be made public. Today, the truth is coming out, despite the propagandas and the rest of them. Even those who spoke against the truth are being used to correct their mistake. The likes of Adadiora is now preaching the gospel. Those who oppose the gospel of truth are now being used as agents and disciples of the truth. Well, that is quite a very interesting moment, and honestly, with intriguing. You can understand the one who criticized the people standing with the truth is the one they are using, just like Haman and Mordecai. Mordecai went and prepared a gallop for Haman went and prepared a gallop for Mordecai, thinking that after the king may have honored him, he will probably suggest for the king to hang Mordecai, of course, in the gallows prepared, but eventually never knew that that would be at the reverse. You see what is playing out? Eventually, Haman was hanged in that gallows prepared against Mordecai and the Jews. This is just what is happening. Whatever hole you have dug, you clean the mess as well. So that the other man is being used also to clean the mess. Of course, she messed up everywhere. This is just a very interesting moment. Just keep in tune while we bring you more Obonga developments regarding this issue. Ngozi Orabueze is out as the chief of defense staff, of the chief of staff to the PM. And that is a lesson you what you have to take home. Otherwise, if she is still relevant, the PM or Prime Minister would have contacted her. It means her relevance, her job is no longer needed. She is fired.
Biafra is here! Biafra is here! Biafra is